Going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the channel. Doing this video on the 6th of October, going over the price action on Nasdaq 100 mainly. Might tap into a few other peers, but mainly Nasdaq 100. So starting off this new week, we opened up with a pretty decent gap. Starting from the daily time frame, opened up with a gap here. This is where we started the new week. So opened up with a gap last night and pretty much just went straight up into running the previous daily highs. Still have this new week opening gap here. I don't know if we come back down and fill it at a later date, but we just been going up and up and up and up for the last couple of days or weeks. The last month has been strong bullish. I was just looking at these peers and all these indices just going up. Gold. Let's see if I can pull up the gold chart. Let's see. XAU. On the futures. On the futures side, gold just hit around 4,000 USD per ounce. And I was saying this is crazy. This is crazy. Something brewing in these markets, and I can't put my finger to it yet, but see, gold has been going up and up and up and up. So we already opened up for the new day and we already ran the previous day. We're just going up. The new day open and we're just going up. Almost at 4,000. I think we hit 4,000 on the futures side already. All of last week we went up. All of the previous last month we went up. A few minor pullbacks, but like if you were able to capitalize on these moves, it's just been just going crazy, crazy, crazy. Just going up, So see, it's still loading up the data from the previous from the charts, but this is not a pair that I normally trade. But I remember when I just got into trading a couple years ago, and I remember when gold was at 2,000, even 1,800, right around 20. Let me see if we can load up the data. I'm looking at the monthly chart. I remember, let's see. I remember right around 2020, it wasn't nowhere near there, you know. I remember 2016, 2017, gold was going in between 1,800 and it hit 2,000 right around 2020. And I'm not sure if you're going to load up any more data, but see, right around 2018, thereabout, we weren't anywhere near these prices. So see, 2017, and this thing has been just going straight up and up and up and up. 2015, see, we already have about 1,200 to 1,300 thereabout, but this thing has been crazy, crazy, just going, 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 going. But not to divert too much, let's look back at the pair. Nasdaq 100.
H1 trade signal.
Nasdaq 100 gapped up, as I said, and we just ran the previous daily high and consolidated for the rest of the day. S&P pretty much did the same thing. We didn't quite make it up to the previous daily high here, but we went pretty close. US 30 is an inside day. We ran the previous daily low and we weren't able to make it up to the previous daily high. So we filled the gap that we opened at, because we opened all the way up here, came back down, filled the gap, and still a bullish day overall. Let's look at the 4-hour chart. So the gap is a little bit more pronounced here. So we close down here, open right here. So the gap is all of this section right here. This is today's candle, and see where we came down during the afternoon session or the mid-morning session, and we just went straight back up until we ran the previous daily high. Let's go down to the 1 hour and also the 15-minute chart. I should mention, I took a trade today, but I got stop break even. I was at work, so I didn't want to over risk. I got stop break even. The stops would have been a little bit too wide for me, and I didn't get the best entry. I saw a trade in the morning, nice opportunity that I didn't capitalize on. But let me show you. Let me show you. So I took some trades right around here. I took 2 entries. The first one here after we tapped into this fair value gap on the 15-minute. So we ran these lows from in the overnight session. Ran these lows, and I was expecting that we would actually continue up from here. But I should have expected that price would have came back for another sweep. So I entered here, went into a little bit a profit, probably about $30-$40 profit here with the 2 position, because I didn't get the best of entry, like I said, because the market is moving very fast here. It's right around the New York open, as in the New York stock market open, and we just spiked off and ran. We came back down, and by then I just said, you know what, let me just leave this thing. So we came back down, and the ideal opportunity for entry would have been right around here to ride it up for the whole entirety of the day. So this would have been the better entry. As well as I could have held this trade, but the stops would have to been all the way down here. I thought that because this candle took out the liquidity from here, I thought that was enough. But I didn't want to risk, so I just got out break even. I went break even, and I just took out this one. The entry here wasn't the cleanest either, and I decided to just leave it. The stops would have been all the way down here, and the risk to reward would have been a little bit messy. But I had the stops here at first, because I waited until we ran the lows, and I said, okay, it looks like we're going to rally. But I'm not looking at the 3-minute chart. I just looking at the 50-minute, and I thought because we closed this one bullish, I could have gotten a nice entry to ride it at least back up to this order block here or this rejection block here. Because see, we hit this one and reverse, and then we came back down and went up. When I get the macro thing on the charts, then I'll be able to fully show you where we could get into some of these trades cleaner. But we rallied for most of the day. So this was the morning high, which we took out, and we took out the previous daily high, which was here from all of the morning. We took out the previous day's high from here. So last week high was here, and we took it out from before market open. So that was crazy. So I wasn't expecting much after. So we came down and went right back up. Then we sold off in the evening session here. So let me go down to the lower time frame now and show you what actually took place. So here, I saw a nice trade here. So let me go back to I need to get this indicator started so I can see the sessions properly. So So we open and just ran right up. Up and up and up, and this trade was in the morning. This trade was in the morning, so we came back into a nice little order block here, and we did the manipulation. I could have gotten an entry here, targeting this high, and this was all bonus. So I was targeting the previous daily high, which would have been all the way across there, and this would have been bonus before we sold off back. So we sold off, and this is during the chop for the New York Open. And then this brought us all the way back to creating a new high for the day. So this came back down here, and this would have been a nice entry also right around here after we tapped into this zone again to ride all the way up. This was also another opportunity here, and these line up with the macros. And let me see if I can pull them up on trading view. I don't have an indicator for that on MT5
one trade signal
just yet, but let me show you. So see, this macro provided this nice entry. So 650 to 710 macro provided this entry right around here after we got this inversion. So my entry would have been right around here. We came all the way up, and then now the 850 to 910 macro gave us this short-term buying, but there was no zone here, so I don't think I would have taken this trade right here. The 750 to 810 give us this continuation, a beautiful push, as well as we got an inversion here and retesting of this fair value gap, which brought us back down. Not sure if I would have taken the sell because I don't have a zone here. You'd have to risk above the highs, but I actually saw price coming all the way back down. Then now the 950 to 1010, this is where I got in, and this was the manipulation right around the stock market open. So the stock market open right around 930, which is here, and we just dropped down, came back below the, is this a midnight open now? Came back below the NYSE. Hold on, let me see. I think this is the NYSE open from Friday, and we just rallied back after. So this is where I got in, and if the stops were down here, I would have been fine. But I had them here, and I just decided, you know what, let me just leave this thing alone because the daily objective had already been met. So I just decided to just leave price alone. But this would have been a beautiful trade had I re-entered anywhere around here after the manipulation. Risking below here, I could have rode price all the way back up here. So the 1050 to 1050 to 1110 macro could have given us a nice entry right around there, bringing us up to lunchtime, targeting this breaker or this other block here and are the highs. Came back down into the chop, and this could have given us another entry right after lunch to run the previous daily high. And this would have been a nice entry as well, targeting the highs to pretty much the 2 p.m. macro. After we ran the highs here, we just got a nice little inversion, and we sold off again to end the day. So some nice opportunities here. The sell-off continued after the 6 p.m., bringing us all the way back down here. And now we are here trying to make our way back up. So crazy opportunities in these markets daily. Even though we're at all-time highs, we're still able to get some good moves from these charts if you know what to look for and know how to read the price action. But that is about it for today's video. Catch you guys on the next one. The account is still sitting at the same place. I hope 1.5% almost. Still waiting for a nice trade entry to bring us a little higher, but I'm not risking more than 0.5% if I'm using my phone. If I'm on the computer, then I can use magic keys and get a much better entry and a much better stop and entry placement, so I can ride price higher. Until the next episode, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.